I'm just wanted to greet you the second time, just after a few days of having this course open, this pathophysiology and pharmacology sort of class for nurse educators. This is Sunday that I'm here with you, the 18th, here in Tucson, Arizona. So I've really enjoyed reading your uh, posts and reviews of articles on all kinds of different, I guess that's saying the same thing, all kinds of different, but the different genetic diseases out there. It's amazing how many there are. I'm sure that the rate and prevalence of those are quite rare, but they're unfortunate. Some of the diseases that we've looked at that I didn't even know about. So thank you for sharing those, and I really appreciate it. I have made some comments to you individually about different things that you should address. And when you're writing at a scholarly level, of course, you want to get everything right. And so just review your posts before you actually post them. I know a lot of times I have written posts and I look at it and I've left a letter off or misspelled a word. And I didn't intend on doing that because I want to come across kind of, knowing how to spell words and how to use right grammar and things like that. And I'm not careful enough to read my post before I actually submit it. And in our learning format, you can't edit a lot of your posts. So I'd go back in and edit my posts if I could, but sometimes you can't. So just be careful to some of those little details that reflect your scholarship and your level of writing. This is a graduate level course, so I kind of look at it that way. But I have appreciated reading a lot of your presentations, and there's 29 of you in the class, so I try to do a few at a time and then give the 10 points for that post. And then I know I'm looking for 3 additional posts to some of your colleagues in this course and giving you participation points. And thank you also for your work in the CLC groups and how you're working collaboratively. That's excellent. That shows great level of scholarship. And if there's any, problems with that, I don't foresee any problems with a group such as yourselves at this level in terms of the workload. And I'll be looking for the completed agreements. What did I say? Midnight next Saturday. That's fine. Also, just relation to a lot of policies and procedures and things that we agree to as student and as professor. I look at those as guidelines. I look at rules and policies as guiding our way, and they're meant to be more flexible than they are rigid. So I kind of look more on the more flexible side, and I'm very much a proponent of education and learning, not necessarily, crossing every T and dotting every I in terms of just, you know, rigidly adhering to every little specific detail about a rule or regulation. So, that ends up sometimes maybe being misinterpreted as being unfair. But I do try to be fair and consistent, but that's an impossibility in the real world, and it is in education as well. And each of you who are currently teaching and acting in a role as an educator can understand that. So, academia and education, which you're all aspiring to, which I totally get. I mean, I think it's a wonderful thing. It has its challenges, and so I look forward to working with you as we move through this. And every once in a while, I hope to put a YouTube video up like this, which would be a short, hopefully around a 5-minute presentation. But I've through this week too, in reading, I've been kind of reminded about inheritance traits and the Mendelian kind of inheritance principles and things like that. So I've kind of reviewed what I learned about Mendel's principles of phenotypes and genotypes and inheritance patterns and, heterozygous and homozygous and, dominant and recessive type traits. So it's been kind of a neat review for me because genetics is it's pretty, intense and pretty complex, but it's caused me to kind of look back at some of the things that I have forgotten about, essentially. And I know that the readings, try to do your readings out of the textbooks and whatnot. Do what you can. I know there's a lot of reading, but hit the things that are important to you, and also just stay ahead of your assignments as a short short course. I mean, 8 weeks goes by quick. Anyway, I hit the 5-minute mark, so I'm going to stop now while I can, okay? So I'll see you again.